Looking back on the summer of disaster that Bud Light had, I was seeing what of the hits actually stuck with their easy-to-enjoy summer campaign and made a bunch of lofty promises about, giving away $10,000. It was either a week or a month or something like that. I was doing a little research and just any way that we could figure out if there was any payback on any of those promises, and guess what? Just like Bud Light has been since the beginning of April, they have been a catastrophic disappointment. Didn't see any proof of that at all whatsoever, but that's alright. They will make good this time around. Just trust them. They're good on their word for something, I guess, or maybe, they're due to finally, make good on their promises. Who knows? Who knows exactly? But yeah, hey, it's all contingent on this over-reliance in order to drag their brand up, or at the same time drag down the brand of the NFL by just co-mingling so much. They are inexorable with football at this point in time, and oh boy, wouldn't you just know it, they're running another giveaway. Oh my god, this is like Publishers Clearinghouse, just a hell of a lot more rainbow infused. Sundays are getting even easier to enjoy. See, just sit back, relax, don't do anything productive with your time. Have a little bit of tranny fluid in your hands and just throw back as many as you can suffer before your wife comes, rolling down the stairs because you live in just a sedated, disgusting reality where she just comes and knocks on the door of your man cave. I bought the house and I get to have this one room where she's not allowed to come in unless, of course, I haven't done all my chores for the day, and then she can come in and nag me, but I'm the king of my own castle, you bunch of dorks. But no, let's just say that, hey, you can sit back, relax, and enjoy football. That's your one refuge after a long week's work. Oh my god. It's almost like you should have spent your 20s and 30s leveling up so you wouldn't have to spend the rest of your life in the pits of quiet desperation. But let's do just a little bit of a role play, if you will. Imagine yourself in that situation where all of a sudden just slapping a logo of your favorite sports ball team will all of a sudden make you forget that Anheuser Busch, InBev specifically, just has a intrinsic detestation for you. Let's just go ahead and cast our minds in that direction. You think, oh, this is going to be a make good. This season we're giving away $1 million in NFL Sunday ticket packages for YouTube and YouTube TV. Now, okay, because we're going to be talking about a bunch of woke companies just all running together and just, kind of failing in perpetuity. I see something like this in the fact that NFL Sunday Ticket is coming to YouTube, which all started by having independent content creators in order to bolster their platform, provide them content, and gave people the opportunity in order to monetize their own creativity. I have an intrinsic problem with the NFL coming over and cannibalizing the platform. Talked about YouTube becoming ThemTube for a very long time, and that's another topic for another date. But long story short, I don't think YouTube is going to be the YouTube that you see right now, or hopefully you're watching on Rumble so we can all collectively laugh at the future of YouTube together. But I think it's going to look a hell of a lot different in about 5 years' time. But if you're looking to get yourself a free subscription to NFL Sunday Ticket, well, here's another failure, because if you go to click on that, according to the people in the replies, the site won't let you to sign up. Still getting invalid credentials and errors when I try to play because, guess what? They can't even give away things properly. They couldn't do it for the previous campaign, and now the one that's going on right now. It's so emblematic of the fact that they just can't get over their own failures. And the further that you go down, you start to see Bud Light and AB hate real biological women. They hire a confused man speaking out to pretend to be a woman. They won't abide by actual women speaking out. Nope, still not buying it. So there's one of many women that are just very pissed off about this situation. $1 million giveaway. How about you use that money to pay the people that lost their jobs at distributors because of your CEO? Yeah, exactly. A bunch of similar messages that you can expect throughout all of here, and the fact that it has 182 likes, and I think this specific post still has 400 plus replies, couple of quote tweets, but it's still, regardless of the content that they put up there, still getting ratioed. It's ridiculous, man. And the fact that everybody's just kind of picking up on the fact that, Bud Light, it can't really revive its own brand, so it's just going to try to parasitize other more popular avenues in order to hopefully get get the rub from them to try to get some goodwill from another base that maybe didn't hear about this catastrophe that has been one of the biggest news stories of 2023. It's a bold strategy. Don't really think it's going to work. Now, Bud Light's Hail Mary to college football fans, a brand revival or a risk of interception? Sports puns, I guess. Whatever, man. The only balls of Bud Light likes is those that precariously perch across the bridge of their nose. But yeah, they're going to be doing this full court press when it comes to college football. They're going to be going down there and they're going to be tailgating at some of the biggest events of the summer. And then with NCAA college football kicking off or ramping up into full swing this weekend, they are definitely banking on some great success with this partnership. Great success. Don't know if it's going to work though. But also, taking a look, okay, with all of these announcements as well, the stock price is still down. Like they're still down on the day. What do we got from a 5-day spec? Yeah, okay, and going down still, even on the month. And it's not quite as bad as it was in the middle of the month. But yeah, man, it's not great. It's still down 1%. But hey, in after hours trading though, it's up 0.04%. So I guess you win some, you lose some, and then for every step that you take forward, don't mind the 15 steps that you take back. The beer giant Anheuser Busch InBev had a rough 2023. You don't say. I didn't hear about that. With its Bud Light brand suffering a sales decline on the heels of boycotts and controversy, the brand has been targeted by musicians, politicians, and others, and lost its top-selling beer status. Now, Bud Light is intensifying its marketing efforts to counter declining sales, hoping that football could be the game changer the brand needs. What happened? After years of being the top-selling brand in the United States, Bud Light has passed by Modelo, a unit of Constellation's brands, at least within the confines of the United States. The global distribution rights are owned by InBev for Modelo Especial, so 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. Because it's kind of funny, because Anheuser-Busch and some of the shill media wants to go ahead and tout the accomplishments of Anheuser-Busch, or rather InBev. Oh, it's all right. In the United States, just because everything's down there doesn't mean that they're, down globally. Okay, they're actually doing great in other places. So it's a big concern that it's the United States, and you want to play up your victim mentality there, but then at the same time, you're making money hand over fists across the world. Very interesting. Like I said yesterday, and we were talking about yesterday, they just want to keep the narrative. They just want to keep their name in the news for as long as they possibly can. Trying to win back the market share after its series of controversies and calls for boycotts, Bud Light is turning its attention to NCAA football and making marketing push that includes tailgates, concerts, and specially designed commemorative cans and bottles, which we got pictures of here. Okay, I just want to hear a bit of the commentary here first, because I'd imagine it's probably similar to something else that, several other people have also come to the similar conclusion of. As part of the launch, Bud Light is sponsoring over 50 college football teams and has a limited edition cans and bottles in stores and stadiums. The beer brand is also offering a chance to win a game day travel experience. Saturday is a sacred time for college football fans, one that is centered around all-day tailgate traditions, quality beer, where are you getting that? Bud Light's involved, and decades-old rivalries and easy enjoyment with friends and families. It's basically a debaucherous day where you could just get shit-faced at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's alright, it's just a college game day, it's fine. We're doing live. Fuck it. Fucking thing sucks. Got the words on it. Why it's important. News, the college football partnership and the live events follow Bud Light's latest marketing push of the summer, which is called the biggest summer campaign ever. Yeah, you're just spending a bunch of money. You're roping in Travis Kelce. Hilarious. He had that 45-second ad where he didn't even touch the can. It was just perched on a little side table, but don't worry, he'll get around to it at some point in time, just not on film. And then after that promotion gets released, he gets into a tussle at training camp. Fucking hilarious. The George Kittle one, didn't hear much about that. And then Dak Prescott, who's also on the cusp of being replaced as the quarterback of America's team if he can't, perform this season. Anyways, we're all used the new Bud Light content as far as also part of giveaways of signed memorabilia to fans. The company's recent quarterly earnings saw a second quarter revenue miss, analyst revenue estimates, and volume down 1.4% year over year. So yeah, they're just going to try and see anything They're throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks. Mostly sticking to football, most because Budweiser kind of has MLB, and they don't want to cross-pollinate with their brands because, you know, we got a multinational empire to run here. But like I said, we got pictures. We got pictures of all of these cans and bottles that they have right there. And there you got LSU, you got the Longhorns, really, really nice-looking stuff. Iowa State and Mizzou, obviously. UK and KU, I get it. Oh, it's so nice and fantastic. And then the Razorbacks and the Sooners. And use the Sooners picture in yesterday's thumbnail. But oh my God, see guys, we are also what. Or to just rephrase that and use the old Steve Buscemi meme. How's it going, fellow college football fan enthusiasts? You guys, would you like a cold, crisp, refreshing Bud Light? Yes, it goes great at our tailgating events that we will be sponsoring because nothing screams authenticity like a corporate sponsor for an organic event. Oh my Christ, but we could run through the comments until we're blue in the face, or as blue as a Bud Light can. Or as blue as the activity that the guys like to do who enjoy Bud Light at this type of time. But that would be besides the point because, well, for as much good as they're trying to hone with zeroing in on all of the football sponsorship deals with the NFL, they can't even get their stupid Sunday ticket giveaway to work. And then with the NCAA football, it's hilarious, man. It's just a comedy of errors so far because you check this out. ESPN on Spectrum Cable, for Christ's sakes, one of the biggest cable companies in all of the United States, removes ESPN because they couldn't come to an agreement with Disney. Like I said, man, all of these woke companies run together and fucking fail together. A lot of people are talking about this, but the catastrophic failure of Disney right now, it's on par. It's getting pretty bad. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging when it comes to this stuff. Mostly I've just been focusing on Rachel Ziegler and the fact that she is absolute ass poison for fucking everything that she touches. But the specifics and the numbers and in regards to the Disney stuff, that is fucking wild, man. They have fallen completely off a cliff. And I do love me some bad companies failing on purpose. It's great stuff. And this right here, this could very much well, that's not a proper grammatical sentence. This could end up tanking whatever goodwill is left for ESPN. Check this out. ESPN goes dark on Spectrum Cable as Disney and Charter feud over rates just as college football season kicks in. Yeah, exactly. Right before, like minutes before, the big premier Thursday night football kickoff game comes, Spectrum, like that, closes, and then they just put up a black screen saying we couldn't come to an agreement, so ESPN will be off of our providers. This has gone beyond anything that we can control, so if you want to bitch and complain about it, go talk to the folks over at Disney because they are ruthless scumbags. Disney pulled ESPN, ABC, and other cable channels off Spectrum on Thursday. It's like, bro, what are you doing? ESPN and other Disney-owned channels have gone dark on Charter's Spectrum cable service as the two companies intensified their dispute over fees because Disney is broke. Let's call it exactly what it is because they've lost. They're on track, get this, to lose $2 billion at the box office when it comes to their films because none of them have turned a profit. A couple of them have broke even using some creative accounting, which kind of also is the reason why Disney, I was going to say Bud Light, Disney Light, Bud Disney, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Today's day and age Disney ain't turning a profit on fucking anything, man. And the reason that they're in this position is because they've been trying to run different licensing fee schemes behind the scenes that don't quite work, don't quite make sense, may or may not be legal, and that's why they're in so many lawsuits right now. It's absolutely wild and probably deserves its own dedicated video. Yeah, Disney pulled ESPN, ABC, a fucking network, man. They pulled ABC and its other cable channels off Spectrum on Thursday night in the eve of college football's first big games in the middle of the U.S. Open tennis coverage. Spectrum serves huge markets including New York and Los Angeles. Yeah, and some 32 million customers, many of whom are now fuming at the loss of sports coverage. And yeah, the only reason that people are hanging on to their cable subscriptions is because of live sports. Everything else across the board is fucking tanking when it comes to ratings. Year over year, it just seems like it completely and totally falls off. I'm sure there's some things that still get ratings, but most of those things, They're big sporting events. So, okay, for all the boomers that are out there that just want to indulge in some college football or some NFL, well, yeah, they're just going to turn on their television. They're just going to watch whatever network is carrying the team that they want to watch, okay? If they're like, I'm a passive Ravens fan. I haven't watched a game in a very long time, but if they're playing on CBS, I'll watch the game on CBS. If they're watching on Fox, fantastic. If they got the Sunday night game, who the fuck has it? Does NBC still have it? It did at the time that I was watching. But yeah, you just go from place to place to place to place. But if you have Spectrum and you were going to watch, what, Monday Night Football? Because ESPN used to. I don't know if they still do. Like, I've been out of the loop for a minute, but ESPN used to have the big Monday Night Football game. If you can't do that, what the fuck are you going to end up doing? You're just going to end up pissing off all of these customers and them not having any goodwill with Disney because you guys could fucking negotiate, seriously, at this point in time, when you're not creating anything new because of the ongoing writers and actors strike. The only thing that we have to rely on and when it comes to entertainment is sports, and you can't even fucking carry that for us. What the hell is going on? At the moment, Disney pulled the plug. ESPN was carrying a college football game between Florida and number 14, Utah, which, it's unfortunate. We didn't have a can for that. Darn it, I was going to pull that up. While ESPN2 was showing U.S. Open tennis tournament. Yo, man, right in the middle of two big sporting events. They just go, nope, couldn't come to a deal, so guess what? You can take your shit and fuck off. Very disappointed for our fans and viewers around the country that Spectrum and Charter could not resolve this dispute with Disney, resulting in a loss of ESPN coverage of Thursday night's matches. USTA spokesperson Chris Widmeyer, sure, said in a statement, yeah, exactly, because Bob the fucking blithering idiot Iger, so much better as a weatherman, knowing that his company, because he came back as the CEO after he set up, Bob Chapek to fail. But no, he was going to come back like the White Knight, riding his steed across the hill, and he was going to save Disney. And what has he ended up doing? Well, putting Disney in a position where they can't even keep their shit on fucking cable, bro. Like, this is terrible. This is absolutely atrocious. College football season begins in earnest on Saturday, not for Spectrum customers, with ESPN scheduled to air 4 major games. Oklahoma at Arkansas State, Auburn at UMass, Texas A&M at New Mexico, and UCLA at Coastal Carolina, all of which, most of them, have their own specific Bud Light cans. So yeah, if you were going to be stocking up for the weekend, you wanted to get yourself some memorable collector cans, and we're just going to go ahead and indulge on Saturday with some good old NCAA football. Hopefully you got yourself a reliable cable service and you aren't in New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Fort Worth, Orlando, Tampa, Kansas City, St. Louis, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Milwaukee, or Vegas. Yeah, that basically covers all of your big cities, but hopefully you can get a ticket for the game. I'm sure that they're going to have those commemorative cans of Bud Light there if you're so concerned about that. Oh my God, man. Get woke, go broke, and hey, man, maybe we need to update that. If you're a company and you go woke and you're not allowed to be viewed by anybody because you can't dot your I's and cross your T's, does anybody really notice when you go broke? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.